Look, I know it's been over a month since I've done an Indian movie review, and for those of you who have been waiting for me to do another Indian movie review, I apologize. Look, it's a thing. I'm sorry, but also you might notice that I didn't do like a random movie picker, like I had in the last couple of videos, based on all of the comments that you guys leave in the comment section saying, "Hey, you should watch this movie. You should watch this movie." The problem is a lot of them are just not available here in the United States. The top two, in particular, Magadira and Dangal, which are, yeah, I want to see both of those movies. Not available to watch here in the States. So it's one of those weird things. So I just went with the one that was the highest rated that I was able to watch, and that was PK. So let's talk about it. An alien on Earth loses the only device he can use to communicate with his spaceship. His innocent nature and childlike questions force the country to evaluate the impact of their religious views on their people. The movie stars Amir Khan, Anushka Sharma, Sanjay Dutt, and Boman Irani. When I saw that this had Amir Khan in it, I was actually really excited. I'm like, good, I want to see this. This looks good because I think he was great in Three Idiots, and he was so much charisma, so much everything. I mean, he just had it all, and I was wanting to see more. So I was really excited, and then was like, wow, what is this movie? This is going to be a hard movie to criticize because religion as a topic is just it's important to a lot of people. It's a lot of people base their life on it, and I understand that, but at the same time, even though this movie had a lot of controversy when it was released, um, and look, religious groups blasted the film. I mean, but it's also kind of the point, right? I mean, that's the point of this movie. The monetization of faith is a huge problem, especially here in the United States. And maybe I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but here in Texas, it's quite a problem. I mean, the rise of the megachurch, with these, I mean, multi-million dollar setups, it just doesn't ring true. It doesn't ring true to me, I guess, to what religion is supposed to be about, especially in my case, Christianity. It just seems wrong to just monetize the whole thing, doesn't it? I really enjoy a good religious discussion, and maybe that's because I don't know, I guess mostly agnostic, I guess. I'm more reason based, science based, in my head. So it's always been something that I've enjoyed talking about. And the way that the movie approaches it is kind of genius because you're taking this complete outsider, an alien that comes to Earth, and his questioning of religion comes off as more innocent because of where it's coming from. When you have someone, say, like me, questioning things, well, I don't know. There's a lot of problems that can come from that. But when someone who is asking these sort of childlike questions, and people are reacting in ways that are in a lot of ways surprising, I just found it really cool and very interesting. There's one scene in particular that I thought was pretty genius to include, and it may be something that not a whole lot of people think about. Maybe they do, I don't know. But the fact that he buys this statue, thinking that it's going to answer some questions. He sits down and he kind of closes his eyes, and he says I'm hungry and I want something to eat, and someone puts some food into his hand because he's kind of along this line of beggars. And it's sort of like this confirmation bias that happens when it comes to religion. When you get what you want, when you get what you ask for, well then yeah, God is there, and he's providing for you and all that. I found it really interesting and very, very smart to include something like that. That kind of made me go, that's a pretty smart thing to do there. Now, I don't want to get too far into a religious conversation here. All I want to say is that from somebody who enjoys the debate, the questions and things like that, from a very I'm a very live and let live kind of person. So, I mean, that's kind of how I look at the world in most cases. Just live and let live. As long as you're not hurting anybody, sure, go ahead. You want to, hey, do it. Do it. Just don't force it on me. That's kind of how I always look at things. But technically, I think this movie is pretty flawless, like across the board. The acting is fantastic. Amir Khan, of course, fantastic. Anushka Sharma, I think she did a great job with her part. I mean, she's basically the co-lead in this movie, and I think the two of them together really just they sell it. They sell all of it, and you believe what these characters think. I think the when it comes to like cinematography, some of the other technical aspects, right? I think the movie looks great. It's edited perfect. Like, I don't know how you could edit it any better. I think the story was well done. I found the score really effective in some scenes, but a little annoying and abrasive in others. And I'm talking about, I think I guess PK's theme just, it comes off too in your face. And maybe that's just the sound mix, again, with the sound mix, it's an Indian film, so it's going to be a little more aggressive, which in a lot of ways I appreciate. But here it was just like, okay, that doesn't, the trumpet sound doesn't need to be that loud. But hey, other than that, look, I really enjoyed the way that this movie looked. I think story-wise, I think the last 30 minutes or so get a bit crazy. It takes a turn that I didn't expect. Was kind of like, whoa, okay, wow. It jumped the shark a little bit for me there. But still, when the movie comes together, when things come together at the end, it's still pretty satisfying. I still found it to be moving in the right places. And like I said, I enjoyed the performances. I thought they did a really good job of this. Of all the movies that I've seen from India, I think that this is probably, as far as stories go, it's probably the most universal. And I'm just going to say it's more approachable than most Indian films, simply because of the subject matter being sort of a universal subject. I mean, you can't go anywhere in the world without someone believing in a deity of some sort, right? So it's really fair in that aspect. And the only thing I will say is that it could be the most polarizing movie. Really, it just depends on your own faith, your own level of faith, and how comfortable you are asking questions and being a little more open to criticism of the way that religion is done in your part of the world. It's like here, it's kind of, look, it's just, I'm just gonna say it, it's kind of disgusting here. I don't like the way that it's sold to you, and it's just, I don't think salvation should be sold, but that's just me. So to sum up, yeah, I enjoyed PK. I thought it was a really, really good time, but I want to hear from you. What do you think? Did you think that PK was done really well, or were you upset by it? Were you just, hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it down in the comment section below. And of course, if there are movies that you would like me to see, any recent Indian movies that maybe I haven't heard of yet, leave them down in the comment section and I will add them to the list. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.